Right. Thank you very much, first of all, and I'll also perhaps take this opportunity to thank the entire management and staff for making the 2 years that we'd spent of the batch of 2003-2005 a very memorable and a cherishable one for all. As mentioned, I have a lot more to thank this establishment and this institution, as this is the place where I met my wife for the first time, and she being the most valuable thing that I do possess and will ever possess, perhaps. Thank you very much, whoever it might be. I started off from Sardar Patel Vidyalaya in the year 2000. I passed out from humanities again. And post that, I went ahead and did my graduation in hospitality from IHM Aurangabad. At that stage, I felt a bit incomplete in terms of the knowledge, in terms of the skill that I had gathered. And hence, I went ahead with an MBA at Infinity Business School. Infinity for me was extremely valuable for two main reasons. One was the constant encouragement and the motivation which was given by the faculty and the management to go beyond our boundaries, take up subjects that we weren't 100% comfortable with. And hence, in the entire process, we learned something new. The second was in terms of the well-rounded personality that we became after the end of 2 years. And that's something that we realized when we entered the corporate world, and we realized we definitely had an edge over the others. Infinity was also very instrumental for me in terms of identifying the industry of choice. And that typically happened during my summer internship, in which I spent about 6 to 8 weeks with Standard Chartered Bank. The sheer energy and the excitement at the retail banking floor really captivated me. And those 6 to 8 weeks was more than enough for me to realize that this is going to be my industry of choice going forward. Fortunately, at the end of the 2 years at Infinity, I got placed with ABN AMRO, now RBS, now HSBC. And I worked with them for a period of about 3 years. The first year I spent in various roles as a management training, all the way from counting cash at the tellers to customer service to selling wealth products across the counter. And by the end of the 3 years, I was the youngest assistant vice president of the organization at the age of 25, directly reporting into the consumer banking head, accounting for about 30% of the total revenue. It was that stage in which perhaps I was extremely fortunate to perhaps partner with the best in the industry and also learn a couple of things which were extremely critical for me going ahead. One of them was to embrace failure. Now, I know we've spoken much about it today, but please trust me on this. It is very, very important for us to embrace failure as a constant reminder of the shortcomings that we have and the area improvements we have going forward. You know, so much so, and I'll probably share this with you on a very personal note. In my office itself, on my pin board, I have this warning letter which was issued to me in my first job, 2 weeks down the first job. And over the 5 years, of course, I've accumulated lots of rewards, lots of trophies, lots of certificates. But it's that one A4 sheet of paper which is a more constant reminder of me in terms of learnings that I still have to come. So, you know, the reason why I mentioned this to you guys today also is that the next 2 years is a period for learning and development. It's a period which is dedicated towards that. Unfortunately, the corporate world is far too ruthless to give you this time. Identify your weaknesses and work upon them. These 2 years is a period for that. Second, and you know, of course, this has been spoken a lot in a lot of forums also, is hard work. Now, I'm sure your parents, your grandparents, your uncles and aunts have spoken at great lengths about this, but trust me, not much has changed from their generation to ours. And I identify myself, or rather I take the liberty of identifying myself to your generation. There aren't no shortcuts. And I'll be fairly honest with you once again, blatantly, unfortunately, they just aren't. Hard work will always prevail. Sometimes a bit more latter than the obvious, but it pays its dividends every time. After spending 3 years with ABN AMRO, I went ahead and joined Indusind Bank, and that's the period in which the entire management team of ABN also shifted to Indusind Bank, which is a small private Indian bank, as it provided new opportunities and challenges to us. I joined the organization as the head of business strategy and segmentation, and currently I'm designated as the vice president of the organization, managing about 2,500 resources across 220 locations, and currently contribute to about 60% of the entire retail banking revenue. So briefly, that's about me. More importantly, you know, it was just about 5 years ago in which we were perhaps sitting exactly at the same places that you were, walking down the same corridors, talking about the same subjects. The same opportunity is there for you guys too. All you need, and as I mentioned once again, hard work and commitment. That's it. And you can be wherever you want to be. So thank you very much. On behalf of the entire alumni, I welcome you guys to Infinity Business School. And I look forward to meeting you guys at the end of the 2 years on the other side very soon. Thank you.